Grab your Bible and grab your smokes. News and weather, music and jokes. Watch me go apeshit on the Walmart greeter. It's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. I've just come from the Hurricane Walmart. The Hurricane Walmart. The only Walmart in a 25-mile radius. I know I've got boobs. Shut up. Not in the mood. Okay, so my happy ass, after spending 12 solid hours redesigning and cleaning my carport to where it now is a outdoor dining room, book study, and living room for this summer's cigarette moms. I have 3 different sets. I know. I decided to wash myself and go to Walmart, therefore to get ingredients for supper. Should have been a very simple trip. I even talked to my little Siri and said, make me this list real quick so I don't veer off of it. I went in through the garden department, wherein which I about fist fought, I can only assume was a meth addict, over a cola. Not a coca one, a colas, a plant. I need this for my mother. Is she here? It's for Mother's Day. I said, bad news bears, that was 3 weeks ago. I need this. I said, get her a begonia. Get the hell off my colas. So that started me off. And then I thought to myself, I'm in the garden department. I'm going to go get an area rug for my patio. They usually run anywhere between $15-$20. $69 for a 4x6 area rug that the dog is supposed to piss on your porch. The same cost as my fucking class ring. You can get AstroTurf grass, not very big, but just enough to where your dog will feel it on its feet and shit on your patio. $69. I decided, nay, I'll just go to the at-home, rehome, whatever store, because they have rugs there all the time for little or nothing. I'm like, the dog's going to pee on it. I just don't want my deck to look like it. I just want some color. So then I went through the health and beauty section, since it's right there by the outdoor department. I was so excited to see my brother's ex-girlfriend from college on the extra large Depends package. They've promoted her. That or she's got thick. She used to be on the large. Now she's on the extra large. So congratulations to Alyssa. And I did literally stop somebody in the makeup aisle and said, listen, you don't know me at all, and this story doesn't matter to anybody, but this girl right here on the extra large Depends is my brother's ex-girlfriend from college. He could have been part of the Depends fortune. Oh, you told her how I said take 3 trips. So, I mean, she blew right up at it. I thought she got freshman 15. She must have got post-grad 45. I've never seen anybody get that wide in the ass unless they, well, no, Sarah Beth, don't talk like that about people that you used to know. Unless she's drinking. Anyway, so, she might not be. She probably should. I'm sure somebody in her family is. But, that was my going through health and beauty. Swung through, got some Dio for the BO, for both me and Sean. Got some hair products that make us not feel so nasty, because all this organic shit that doesn't sud, you have to wash 5 times to make your hair clean. I just missed some sodium lauryl sulfate. I mean, good Lord. Anyway, and I know that because we didn't grow up with cell phones and we had to read the shampoo bottle when we were sitting on the toilet as kids. If you didn't bring a book, you read anything that wasn't nailed down, including the pine saw. Anyway, I learned all kinds of chemistry terms before I was old enough to even spell. Go through health and beauty, get that mess taken care of. I go to get my facial cream. I lift the little cover. It goes, wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Why is this barking at me? Are you trying to steal that face cream? Obviously. Obviously. Of all the things in this aisle, Olive Olay Regenerist cream was the top. Oh, just steal me some Olive Olay. But we're going to steal me some gold bars, too. Well, what the hell are you talking about? If y'all were this concerned about people working the checkout as you were about loss prevention and them blue box sons of bitches, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. So, I don't get my face cream. Fuck it. I'd rather just look old this month. Thank you. Thank you, Walmart. I don't need that Olive Olay. If I'm going to have to go through a security clearance worse than I did at Fort Polk, I don't need it. Trust me, there's not a face cream in the world to get rid of this. So then I walk my happy ass down to the area rug aisle thinking maybe they'd have something in the size that I needed that would go on the deck that is not 69 doll hairs. I found a lovely rattan. It was a 3x5. $59. This is made of grass. Okay. I did not come home with a rug. So then I toddled back to electronics because Sean and I have decided to get a small television for the patio so I can use it for a monitor whilst I'm on the phone with y'all. Therefore, I can see a little better because I'm starting to do this with everything because I need readers. I got cute ones yesterday, too. Here, wait a minute. I got these at the yard sale. They're Ralph Lauren. I got them for $1. Shut up. Tell me we don't want to replace my regular glasses with these. These are so cute, and I can see the comments so much better. Anyway, so I'll leave them on tonight. Nothing else about that. All right. I can't see that far away in these, though, because these are readers and not lookers. I might read Shauna's story later. Anyway, so I got off the subject. I went back to electronics to look at a smaller television so we could put it on the porch and I can see what's going on. And also, if Sean feels the urge, he could sit out here and watch a little TV in the morning. G has a TV on her porch. Jake's got a TV on his porch. Why not? We'll join the bunch. My dad's got a 60-inch TV in his garage that he watches while he scrolls TikTok on his phone. They're the same size, prospectively. So, I digress. I go over and I said, hey, online it says that these TVs are on sale this week. Can you help me? I don't work in this department. I said, then you probably shouldn't be behind that counter. I was just clocking in. Clock in somewhere else. I need help with the TV. Henry, what's up? She got a question about TV. What kind of TV are you looking for? I just want to know what the price difference is right now between an On, Vizio, a Hisense 32-inch television that's mountable on a full tilt on the wall. What? I work in automotive. Fuck, Henry. Okay, so I go over. No help from any of the blue vesters that are walking around with boxes for people too lazy to walk their ass into Walmart and shop. So I get my little 32-inch TV, shove it down in my cart, and then I head to groceries. Okay, so now I have box fan, 32-inch TV, 2 Colases, headed to the grocery store. Okay, so I'm headed to the grocery side. There's no milk. There's none. There's skim, but that's not milk. We talked this morning, I don't like liars, and skim milk's nothing but milk lying about being water. Just hate liars. Anyway, so then I go to the eggs, and I thought, well, I'll just see what I should price point mine at. Okay, I could charge $50 for mine because all of these are broken and small. Okay. Then I walked down the baking goods aisle. And I was going to get a 5-pound bag of sugar. And you're right, it is cheaper the store brand. I didn't have that luxury the other day, so I had to buy it at a service station, and it was $7.39. Oh, happy day when it was 4 pounds for $6.42. And that was store brand. Saved a whole 90 cents, but not stopped at the Little General where I get my rolling papers. So, got me a 4-pound bag of sugar. And then I went to go get my sweet tea bags, but couldn't. Because, see, Henry, who's in automotive's training to work bread, and him and John and some big motherfucker that had on a fleece, not even the vest. He must have been like high up in the Sam Walton family. And they're blocking the sweet tea because they're loading bread. And I watched this one guy, literally probably 27 or 28 years old. And I know that because he had a lot of tattoos and the look of experience on his face. And I watched him literally dump 3 full loaves of bread on the floor. I don't even know how he got the bag open. Then I watched him pick it up and shove it back in the bag. And I said, you're not going to put that on the shelf, are you? He goes, what? That bread that just touched the floor that 100,000 poor people have touched today, you're not going to put that back in the bag to sell. Well, it was only the first couple pieces. I put my bread back. Because I don't know what floor it's been on in Hurricane. This is a true story. So I got me some hot dog buns because I got me some bun length Nathan's hot dogs because I knew I wasn't going to have time to cook once I got home because I'm dealing with every Tom, Dick, and motherfucker that's decided to get a job at Walmart this week. So I go through, I get all my produce. We're out of green peppers. We're out of broccoli. We're out of green onions. We're out of limes. We're out of onions. We're out of small tomatoes. We're out of grapes. We're out of... What do you have? This is like the chop fucking kitchen at this point. I'm sorry I'm using the F word a bunch on the Lord's Day, but if you could have been at the Walmart as I was, you're lucky I don't need bail. So So I finally get to the checkout. The only person that's running a checkout out of 57 freaking checkouts. I'm like, I really don't want to have to go through this horse shit of checking my receipt. If she's checking me out and I've got a TV, I probably won't have to deal with this. Me and her visit. She was perfectly nice. Waited for me to get my stuff out of the car. We talked and visited. She didn't even make me get the stuff out from the bottom. She came over with that little gun. Just sweet as she could be. $575 later. And all I got was toilet paper and paper towels and garbage bags and enough groceries to last this week and a $75 television that was on sale. So $500 of that was just pure groceries for me and Sean. I literally got one thing of chicken, one thing of pork chops, one thing of canned tuna. That's all the protein I got. Vegetables are sky high. Bacon goods are sky high if you can find them and they're not hiding on some other shelf. So I finally check out. I get all my shit together. I go through the exit and my beeper goes off because they haven't taken the sensor off the TV I just bought. So me, being the nice, conscientious American that I am, turn my happy ass around, go back in, flag down the little girl at the front and say, hey, she forgot to take my little sensor off. Did you buy this TV? I said, no. I stole it and just moved all this other shit in Walmart bags around it as to pull a fast one on y'all. She goes, really? I was like, no, not really. Well, do you have your receipt? It's still hanging from my hand like a ticker tape parade. It's as long as a Walgreens receipt. I go all the way down it and find the $75 television. She goes, how do I know that that's this TV? Because it says so right here. It's a 32-inch TV. Well, that says a different brand. No. This says on, O-N-N. This says O-TV 32. That's not the same brand. I said, I just bought it. Just ask that little girl over there. I just bought it. I just bought it. Ask Henry from Automotive, who was fucking around in electronics. I just bought it. So she gets over with that keychain. She's yanking the card away from me. And I'm like, no need to do that. No need. Well, I'm going to move it this way. Well, that's fine, but quit touching my stuff. I've already paid $600 for this, Brenda. So she's yanking my card. I was like, could you quit? Could you quit? You've already knocked half the leaves off my collards I just bought a meth head for in the garden center. So she's yanking it. And I've got that TV wedged just perfect so my groceries don't fall out and my colices don't get smushed. And she yanks that TV and it goes airborne and it just flies out into the middle of the floor and I can hear it crack. And I went. She goes, well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go back there and get another one. I said, oh, no, I'm not. You can walk your happy ass back to electronics and deal with Henry and get me another 32-inch ONN TV. Well, I can't leave the door. I'll watch it for you. So she hobbles her ass back there, comes back with a wagon for a 9-pound television, takes the sensor off that one, and then shoves it back down in my cart and breaks all of my bread, all of the plants, all the leaves off my colices, broke my toothpaste in half, and I finally just took it from her and said, leave it alone. She goes, excuse me. I said, excuse you. What is the going IQ to get a job here these days? 14? I got 3 college degrees, and I've had 9 people monkey fuck up my trip to Walmart tonight. And you want to know why we go through self-checkout? You want to know why we shop on Amazon? For shit just like that. Because I would rather get a colonoscopy with a drinking straw and a teaspoon than to have to deal with another fucking idiot whose first day at work is also their first day on earth. Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked as a society. I can tell you by going to the Walmart on a Sunday evening in West Virginia, we are fucked. Oh, my God. Bring on the AI. If it saves me from that horse shit at the fucking Walmart, bring it on. I'd rather deal with Rosie the robot than to deal with Brenda the invalid and how her wedging my TV and smashing my bed. And she goes, Why don't you just bring your receipt back tomorrow and we'll replace them hot dog buns? I said, do you honestly think I'm going to set foot in this damn Walmart ever again as long as I draw breath on God's green earth? I'll drive to Charleston first. I'll drive to Irving first. I'll drive to Nashville, Tennessee first before I go back to this fucking Walmart. I do not understand how I trained for 16 years of my pre-adult life, went all the way through kindergarten to 12, went all the way through and got my bachelor's, went all the way through and got 2 more degrees, went all the way through and got my job and handed it to people that needed to have it. Here it is 25 years later, and I can't find 2 idiots that have assholes to rub together long enough to check out my fucking TV at the Walmart. You get what you get. I hope they start doing drug tests for SNAP benefits. I hope they start requiring citizenship for Medicaid. I hope to God you have to get a 40-hour-a-week state-approved job before you can buy one more fucking fudge round. Oh, I'm angry. I work really hard for my money. And you just destroy everything in my buggy because you're trying to get that feature off that TV. It's all for naught. Because, I could talk to the manager right this second on my porch and they're not going to do a damn thing about it. You know why? Because it's hard to keep employees. They can always make a new customer. That's been Sam Walton's whole motto since about 1999 when they stopped rolling them back. When Walmart stopped being open 24 hours a day, our whole society went to shit. I could go in there in my pajamas about 3 o'clock in the morning, get all the things that I needed, visit with a fellow stoner at the checkout, and be my happy ass in the Jack in the Box line by 4 a.m. I'm happy. I went to Walmart at 5:15. It is 8:39. It took 3 hours to go through Walmart when it's a mile and a half away from where I'm sitting. It's probably more than that. It's probably about 8 miles. But anyway, the point is that on a clear night, you can see the blue glow from the sign from my backyard. I don't understand. I don't understand why it took 4 hours of my life, 3.5 hours of my life, $600 of my hard-earned cash, took my hot dog buns, broke my 2 porch plants, and I had to get not 1 but 2 televisions because Brenda couldn't figure out how to work the keychain to get the sensor off. All of that just so I can make gumbo chicken and dumplings, hot dogs and special sauce, and summer spaghetti this week. $600 worth of food. That I literally had to fight through Normandy to get to a bunch of blue coats. Why, if you're not working, are you in my way? If you're not checking somebody out or stocking a shelf, why are you up under my feet? And more importantly, why are you behind the counter when you belong in automotive, Henry? And why are you playing manager at the door with your stickers, Brenda? Every day that I draw a breath, I am closer and closer to falling completely off the grid and just milling my own flour and growing my own vegetables and raising my own beef. Nothing is worth this kind of bullshit. Just plain old unadulterated bullshit. And they can't get people hired. They can't. There's a sign up everywhere. Now hiring Tractor Supply, now hiring Dollar General, now hiring Human Being, now hiring Kroger, now hiring Walmart. Yet West Virginia has a record number of people on unemployment and welfare. Can't find a job. If we don't do something now, teach your kids. Teach them how to read. Teach them how to do math. Teach them how to read cursive and look at maps. And use a paper and pencil. Grown-ups, do better. I have never encountered so many rude people as is in today's society. No one has any manners. No one says excuse me or thank you or please or pardon me. They just push you out of the way with their cart, run over your feet, run over your toes, hit you with that little cat food sticky outy part that hits you in the ankles. I came home with 6 bruises and bleeding in 2 places because I got hit by them damn blue boxers. Because I couldn't say excuse me or coming through or ma'am, I need to get through that. No, just run me over. I'm a pretty big old girl. It's kind of hard to miss me. There's no accountability because there's no consequences. They're not going to learn if you just keep slapping them on the wrist and go, we'll try better tomorrow, Henry. But then again, nobody wants to work, so they're just thankful for the people that are clocking in. There has to be some kind of standard. There has to be some kind of bar to measure competent employees by. There's got to be some kind. Is it a training that we need to do, or orientation? We need to send them back to get a GED or kindergarten diploma. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? Because if we keep going in this direction, we won't make it to 2025 or 2030. Sorry, not 2025, 2030. We won't. This will be the 5 years that ruins us. I thought it was going to be COVID. No. It's been the opportunities are out there and presenting themselves and the world's back open, but people are still too lazy to learn anything, do anything, or achieve anything. All of that just so I could buy a couple of Pop-Tarts, some toilet paper, and a TV. Now, the good news is I won't have to go shop anywhere for a while. I don't care if we have to eat half a can of beans at a time. I ain't going grocery shopping for a while. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I check myself out, I get stopped. I go through the other checkout, I get stopped. I go out, come back in because I'm a nice person and want to get this sensor off my thing so you don't think I stole it. Maybe they should just start doing a credit check and checking your bank balance before you walk in and you don't have to worry about it. Maybe they should do a facial scanner like they're doing at the FIFA games and be like, oh, you're allowed to be in Walmart. That's where we're at. The calendar might say 2026, but this is sure as fuck 1984. Everybody's got eyes on everybody, but nobody knows what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody's willing to tattle, but nobody knows what the hell's going on. Everybody's real quick to point the finger and hate their neighbor and don't know why. Everybody's wanting to do something, but don't really have the sense to do it. And I had a really good day. I was actually in a really good mood when I went to Walmart. But y'all couldn't let me, huh? It's okay. I ain't going to steal the rest of my night. My husband says I'm cute in my readers. He's watching baseball right now, which gets him real good and fired up. Makes his heart rate go up. I'll get in there and fix something for supper. Probably shave my legs in the sink, and then we'll go to bed. Happy Sunday. I was aggravated. And just Sean said, you nearly need to go live right now because you're not the only person that feels this way about Walmart. And I was like, oh, I know. 3 of my neighbors were in there going, do you need bail money? Probably. Call my husband. I got threatened by the police twice. I'm like, call them. They all know me by name. I take them cookies every Christmas. Oh, unless they're part of the recently evicted police force that Scott Edwards told them to either put up or shut up or get the hell out of his housing. So we might be down a few police officers since Scott Edwards decided to put everybody's property up for sale. But he's y'all's mayor, not mine. I'll be out of here before the next election. Y'all can have it. I thought I could do something to save it. Thought I could do something to help it. You can't help those that don't know they're drowning. If you're happy in the same cesspool, money laundering, backwoods, backstabbing, backdoor deal bullshit that's been here since it got started in 1865, go right ahead. I'm going back to Kentucky. Believe it or not, they're not near as fucking stupid. I'm not speaking general about West Virginia. I'm speaking general about the hurricane in West Virginia and the people in their employ. There's 15 schools in this county. You're telling me that's the best you got for employees? Okay. Just checking. It's going to be a wonderful week. First day of June's tomorrow. We've got a full moon this weekend, which is probably why I'm so amped, tighter than a drum. I'm going to go out there and shut my chickens up. Sean has mowed the grass, and it looks beautiful. My patio looks wonderful, and I'll give you a tour of it later. I'm going to go in there and cook something for supper, or I might just heat up something in the leftover pile. Who knows? I might have a hidden piece of pizza somewhere in a piece of tinfoil that I can just throw in the oven. But I just don't have the energy or the patience to do anything else tonight besides smoke a big old joint, take a bubble bath, and watch TV. That's it. That's pretty much all that's it. That's it. That's it. I literally took my little bibliomancy burst of heart tonight. Slow down, take a breath, get rid of these false idols, quit getting so worked up. And I did good all day until I came into contact with people. Why can't y'all just be with me all the time? Why can't my porch people just be like, why can't we just go shop together? I know y'all wouldn't act like a fool in public, because you know that I'd get out my fly swatter and I'd swat you. Don't be acting like that public. Act like you've been off Pay Ridge. I don't know. I just miss real people. I miss real people who had a goal, who had a dream, who had a plan for their life, who talked about God with their children, with their husband, who prayed around the dinner table, who got together every morning and had coffee, who worked hard every day, who had something to show for their work, who's putting stuff back for retirement, who's paying their bills on time, who's keeping their house clean. Ella, won't you write that song next? I want to be her. I miss the people that my mother raised me with. I miss that generation. I miss the generation that could hold down the fort and hold the baby at the same time. I miss the generation that could wear pantyhose and still tell you to go to hell and you look forward to the trip. I miss the generation that knew what it meant to stand for something and not to be offended by everything. It's like Mary Jo said on Designing Women. I want to see a movie where the hero is Charlene, not Charles Bronson. And that's where Suzanne said, I think that man should have to kill the bug. Oh, it just makes me mad. Anyway, I couldn't tell, by the way, that the elections have run in midterms that nobody's really voting with their head. They're voting with their wallet. They're voting with their emotions. It's all right. I'm emotional, but I'm super logical. And I'm also available and able to weigh the pros and cons and see things as they are. I don't have an idealized opinion of anybody. However, when all you're fed is bullshit, it's really hard to tell where there's corn, you know? So, in the meantime, thanks for letting me vent to you on the porch. I just had it. And I don't know what to do to change it. I don't think you can change it. I think we're actually going to have to self-implode. I think we're going to have to fall like Rome. I think it's going to have to burn in a huge blaze of glory before anybody ever learns their lesson. I think we're going to have to start all over again from scratch. I understand now why the Lord's like, fuck it, I'm going to flood it. There's no way Sodom and Gomorrah was worse than this. In the meantime, friends, shop Dollar Store if you can. At least they'll talk to you. Shop Aldi's. Shop Kroger. Shop anywhere but Walmart. Because they don't have enough IQ points to get together to play the lottery on Wednesday night. I got 5. You got 5. We got 10 now. Get out take off your shoes. We'll get to 20. No. You have a phone in your pocket that has a calculator on it. I don't understand why I get the wrong change every time I go to Walmart. It's in front of you. It's in front of you on the screen. You owe me this much money back. We don't have no pennies. Kind of goes giving my 2 cents out the window, doesn't it? I'm finally old enough and well off enough to give my 2 cents, and then they discontinued fucking pennies. That tells you the state of the world. You can now give your opinion, but we don't make pennies. Penny for your thoughts? Can't. It's either rounded down to 0 or nickel. Depends on how How much sense you got? Tell me y'all aren't going to get to a plug nickel. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Learn a book. There's adult education courses all over. You can go to YouTube University. You can literally check out books for free in a building in your town. Please pick one up, thumb through it, just see what it's like while you're on the toilet, while you're waiting in carpool, while you're waiting for your husband to get up of him, whatever. Learn a book, learn a new skill, learn a new word a day. The only way we're going to get better is if somebody goes first. So what I'm doing is I have rearranged my entire house to be reading nooks. We have rearranged our entire house to be more feng shui with the energy that we want to be. That's all horseshit, but it's basically just, how can we rearrange the furniture where the dog doesn't run into it? You can call it feng shui if you want to. So, in the meantime, let's talk about what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the energy to get this house done today. I'm thankful for my husband and him working so hard and him taking care of me even when I'm an absolute asshole. I'm thankful that my daddy is okay after a horrible motorcycle wreck last night. I'm thankful that my mother has the patience to deal with that. I'm thankful that my granny and my aunt are still alive even though they're in their late 80s. I'm thankful that my brother and my sister-in-law are doing what they love for a living with 2 beautiful children in Louisiana. I'm thankful for that. A lot of people aren't that lucky and aren't that blessed, and I'm truly thankful. But I still want more. I want more of the people around me. I want more of myself. I want more of the world that I trained my whole life to be in. Because this ain't it. So, I'm going to do like Eleanor Roosevelt said. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Not going to let it get me down. I'm going to pretend I'm that little duck and let the water roll right off my back. And I'm going to continue to quack and get on people's nerves and try to spread joy. In the meantime, if you keep poking this bear, I am going to come out claws first. That's just, everybody has their point. And tonight at Walmart, when she yanked my TV out of the cart and just literally airborned it out into the middle of the floor, that was my point where I started to feel that tardive dyskinesia, where I was going, couldn't do it. So, anyway, if you're the praying kind, say a few for my peace of mind this evening and for my husband's as well. And pray for those who just don't know no better. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And while we're on the subject of everybody putting their noses in places that it don't belong, thank you so much for the private messages about AI to me. I'm not going to change my opinion, but it does tell me where you stand in the grand scheme of things. By the way, you realize that you're doing TikTok reels to an AI song. First time in San Juan, mijo. That is all AI. AI written, AI produced, AI sang, AI. AI, old McDonald had a data center. AI. But come at me sideways and tell me that I need to start creating a little more, because I've already been told I'm writing too much and I do too much. And Sarah, you're a little too much. Maybe you should calm it down. I think you need to just step it up. I think you're too basic. Maybe ask yourself why you're so fucking basic next time you come at me for being extra. I'm living my life, and just because my dream doesn't match your dream doesn't mean that I'm not doing exactly what God put me on this earth to do. Stay in your lane or else I'm going to take you bowling. Then you'll learn. There ain't no gutter guards in life, sweetheart. So, get pissed off at whatever you want to. I myself am pissed off at the just sheer stupidity in the society around me. I'm not mad at any politicians today. I'm not mad at any religious leaders today. I'm not mad at any celebrities today. I'm just mad at pure old fucking stupid. So, guess I'll get glad in the same pants I got mad in. Too bad I'm wearing a skirt. So, all that being said, I'm going to get off here and get something productive done besides waste what's left of my night bitching about Walmart. I will see you guys tomorrow here on the porch. Make sure that you subscribe or favorite me or whatever you do, because then it'll let you know when I go live and we can take our smoke break together. In the meantime, friends, keep your Bible up and your powder dry on your head on a swivel, because people are crazy. Be nice to old people, animals, and children if you can. Try to love your neighbor, and if you can't, give it to God because he loves you, and I do too. Don't mean I have to like you, but I do love you. In the meantime, friends, I love you. I really do. I mean, I might be square with you sometimes. I might be sideways with you, but I still love you. And I pray for you, and I hope that you find God's blessing and God's purpose in your life the same way that I have, and that you get closer to him every day. Remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry. You're not.